Alright, now we learned about the theory of the pure pursuit algorithm. This algorithm is very powerful because it enables us to follow a pre-computed race line. Now let's get a little bit more hands-on and have a look at some code that explains you how to create the pure pursuit algorithm in Python and how to follow a pre-computed race line. So first of all, what we do is we open the second folder called Pure Pursuit. In this folder, I provided you the race line. So let's have a look on the race line first. We are running again on the Austria racetrack, and what you can see here in red and blue, this is our pre-computed race line. This is done via an optimization algorithm and an optimization problem, and we are trying to focus here on the minimum curvature profile. Secondly, we can have a look at the speed and acceleration profile. We see here that we increase the speed first, like right after start, then slow down before a turn, drive through the turn, and accelerate again. And that's what we're doing constantly along the track. Of course, similarly, we have then here the acceleration profile. To give you a little bit more overview on the speed profile, have a look at this 3D plot. You see here that we decelerate right after the start into the first turn, accelerate then until, let's say, half of the second straight, slow down the car and accelerate again after the turn. And that's what's happening throughout the track. Of course, you can come up with a different solution for the race line optimization, but this is the approach we are using here. So this race line is finally provided as a .csv file. We have the X position, the Y position, the heading, the curvature, and the speed profile. So everything we need, we pre-computed beforehand, and now it's time for us to track this race line. And therefore, we will have a look at the so-called pure pursuit.py file. And this file is now a little bit bigger than the other file. We have 267 lines of code in total, but don't be afraid. It's basically the same setup as before. To show that a little bit more in detail, we will now step into the presentation mode and I show you how the code is set up. We are focusing mainly on the class Pure Pursuit Planner. In this class, we have all the functions, we have all the definitions we need, and basically that's where we integrated the theory you learned before. You see that we are loading the waypoints. First of all, of course, we need to load the CSV file. Then we render those waypoints. Then we want to get the current waypoint. That's like, what is the next one we are focusing on? And then we have our main file called plan. In this plan, we will focus on performing the pure pursuit algorithm. So this plan consists of three main parts. First of all, we need the current position X and Y of the car on the racetrack. This is provided by us by the simulation environment. That's basically the ground truth. In an autonomous vehicle, we need here a localization algorithm, or for example, a GPS information that gives us this position. Then in the second part, we are trying to look for the next waypoint we are aiming towards. We just learned that in theory. Based on the look ahead distance, the one parameter we can change here, we are trying to search what is the next waypoint on our race line we want to follow. And finally, when we have this waypoint, we are trying to actuate towards this waypoint. We created therefore a new function that is called getActuation, and we will look inside here too. We extract the waypoint information and then have our two main mathematical calculation. First of all, we calculate the radius of the arc we want to follow, and secondly, we calculate the steering angle based on the curvature of the arc. And that's creating our final steering angle, and that's everything we need in the Pure Pursuit algorithm. Let's have a look on how this simulation looks like in the end. We start the Pure Pursuit PI file, and we see our simulation is popping up, and we see again, here's our car that is following this pre-computed race line now. All the dots are the race line. You see that our car is following this race line quite good, but is a little bit slow because it is untuned. Let's have here a look on the whole racetrack. This is our 1 to 10 scale racetrack of the Austria Red Bull Ring. And you see that the car is following the race line here. When we look at the car in particular, we don't see any suspicious behavior, a little bit of oscillation, but that is okay on this kind of speed. We also see here that we are quite close to the boundary here. That means we choose a very good race line here because we are taking advantage of the whole track. And we see our car is following the race line and is doing a good job. So our Pure Pursuit algorithm works. Let's go a little bit here into detail and try to change some of the parameters. We have two main parameters that give us the adjustment here in this code. Focus on the main function here where you have T-lat, which is the look ahead distance, and the velocity gain. That is a factor we are multiplying to our velocity profile. So you saw before that when we start, we want to have 8 meters per second. Multiplied by 0.5 means we finally drive 4 meters per second. That's our main parameters we can adjust here. Let's start with the look ahead distance. Let's decrease that now to 0.25, which means 25 centimeters look ahead distance. Let's start the simulation again and let's see how the car is behaving here. We make the simulation bigger and see the car is quite fast oscillating and is crashing. Let's do that again. That was a little bit fast. We see here again now the car is starting to oscillating and crashing into the wall. Let's increase this a little bit more and see if we can get a more stable behavior. But you get quite the idea that we need to tune this look ahead distance quite well because the car is oscillating. You see here the oscillation is still happening, is getting bigger, and the car is crashing. That means for us that the look ahead distance of 80 centimeters was quite good. But let's now go a little bit up with the speed. Now we don't want to use the pre-calculated velocity profile like the real number. We want to adjust it a little bit more and multiply it with 1.5, which means we want to not only go 8 meters per second, we want to go 12 meters per second. Let's see how the car does here. We see that the car is starting now quite faster, is accelerating, and is going with high speed in the first turn and is going far ahead from the race line. We see that again here in the next turn where you see the car is drifting and losing the control. That means for us that 1.5 is quite too much. Let's go down a little bit and drive the actual pre-computed race line velocity profile here, but faster. We see that the car is accelerating faster, but is going with a little bit of difference into turn number 1. We focus now on turn number 2 and have a look here how our algorithm is doing. We are deviating again a little bit from the race line, but the controller is stable enough to stabilize our car. Yeah, we can now watch our car finishing the lap. The 0.1 velocity gain should be good here. But now it's time for you to adjust the parameter, to tune the parameter, or to come up with a different tracking algorithm to be the fastest race driver. Let's move on with the next topic.